For the record, my name is Peter Hanson, representing Hillsborough County 6, Amherst and Milford. Thank you for taking my testimony. I will be brief. As part of my duties here in the legislature, I am a member of the ED&A committee, and we were the first ones to hear the beginnings of this bill. I think it's important for the committee to understand that when this information was presented to our committee, I was not a believer at all. In fact, I had a lot of difficulty in withholding my smirks and disbelief and wondered what planet these people had come from. However, as the presentation went along, I saw that this was something that was very, very, very well funded. As it turns out, it's in the billions and billions of dollars. It is something that's incremental. It is something that is bipartisan. Both Republican and Democratic presidents have signed on to this agenda. So I guess I say that so that the people that may think that this is some sort of a conspiracy, which is another thought that went through my head as I heard the initial comments, it is not. It is not. I was convinced that this is something that we really need to be concerned about. I think we can say that the objectives of Agenda 21 we cannot argue about what they are trying to do. I don't think there's anyone in this room that would object to clean water and clean air and things of that nature. But I do think that stomping on our constitutional rights is not the way that we would like to see that happen. If you Google I.C.L.E.I, you will get over 200,000 hits in less than 1 second. I mentioned the fact that there are billions of dollars spent on research, propaganda, and questionable and false science, and that this movement has gotten into the grade schools of our schools. So it's definitely a program that has bided its time and is patient and is willing to spend millions and billions of dollars to push this agenda forward. I want to quote a definition, a United Nations definition of Agenda 21. Agenda 21 is a comprehensive plan of action to be taken globally, nationally, and locally by organizations of the United Nations systems, governments, and major groups in every area in which humans have an impact on the environment. I.C.L.E.I is but one tentacle in a festering putrid pustule called Agenda 21. Through treaties signed by both presidents, well, I mentioned the presidents who've signed this thing, and it's UN sanctioned. They go so far in the Agenda 21 as to control birth, that's not birth control, but control births and taking of private property, as we discussed earlier. It will mandate extreme, and in the case of the U.S. Constitution, land and population control in the name of preserving the world. I want to give you one example of the multitude of I.C.L.E.I mandates. It refers to the agricultural system. The new I.C.L.E.I agricultural system has these changes. Each community will grow its own food on individual and/or community-owned farms that form a boundary around the community. All farming will be sustainable and eco-friendly. Organic farming will be certified by who? And monitored by a farm stakeholder committee. This will ensure that food labeled organic is authentic. Constant measurements will be taken to guarantee the sustainability and eco-friendly best practice managements of parameters are maintained. Organic farming will be productive without the use of pesticides or unnatural fertilizers. Industrial farming will no longer be allowed to damage the earth. Importing foreign food products will be reduced in order to increase local population and help the local economy. No more bananas. I agreed to testify because I feel strongly about this issue, but more because I wanted this committee to understand, as the other two have, that that I was really very much a disbeliever before I started to read the issues, and I would encourage all the committee members here to take the time to do that. I think it's frightening. I think it stomps all over our Constitution, both national and state, and I would urge a pro vote on it. Thank you. I will take any questions.
Any questions, Representative Baird?
You were talking about agriculture here, and what first came to mind was back in the '60s, in the days of the Soviets, when they advocated all these things.
Yes.
That petered out. Would you agree with that one?
I would certainly agree with that one.
The second question, if I may, is large-scale farming. If we do not, and I truly believe that we're changing our approaches to large-scale farming to be more concerned about the environment. But if we did away with large-scale farming, this nation would starve.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And as we've seen in the African countries, without water and so on and so forth, the same thing is happening there as well. So.
Thank you. Seeing that there's no other questions, the chair is going to try and call Representative Peter Hanson.
Thank you for the committee.